Hi, I just had to respond to the video 911 Jews slapping 5's on a van. The reason that I wanted to respond, this is Skeptic Sage by the way, is because the video is made up largely of some news footage, or what looks like news footage, and it uses some of the most shameless, low-down, dirty, in-the-gutter propaganda that I've ever seen. And that is, you take an interview of someone, or you take a news story, or you take a documentary, and you chop it up so that it means the exact opposite of the intention of the people making the video. Let me give you an example. In this video, they show chopped up footage that makes it look like there were some Jews that worked for Mossad, worked for the government of Israel, that somehow were purposefully videotaping the 911 towers that they knew were going to happen, etc., and blah, blah, blah. And supposedly Jews were responsible for the towers going down, and no Jews died, and all that bullshit that you've all heard. Not to mention the fact that it's bullshit that large numbers of Jews died. It was in a financial building in the middle of Manhattan. Hello? Yeah, I think lots of Jews probably died there. Interestingly enough, the footage that they use in this piece of bullshit propaganda is derived from a film, and what they do is they edit it up so it makes it look like it's saying the exact opposite of what it actually says. Let me show you the video, if I can get this on the screen in a way that won't reflect so that you can see. You can see it says the Protocols of Zion. For those of you who want to know what that is, it's a faked book that was written by a bunch of Russian shitheads that decided they were going to write a fake book supposedly written by Jews in which Jews talk about how they're going to take over the world. This book is now on the upsurge, and anti-Semitism is on the upsurge, and this is a documentary about the upsurge of anti-Semitism in the world, especially the Middle East and especially the United States. It's a Mark Levin film. It's called Protocols of Zion. The most persistent conspiracy theory of all time has met its match. And it says on the back, despite all the evidence, millions around the world continue to blame the Jews for 9/11. This belief is a modern-day incarnation of the infamous The Protocols of the Elders of Zion, the century-old forgery that some people claim to be the Jews' master plan to rule the world. Filmmaker Mark Levin sets out to understand why this racist tract has been revived and to challenge one of the most persistent, insidious conspiracy theories of all time. In the course of this explosive journey, Levin finds himself delving into the heart of hate, facing those who would traffic in bigotry, all in the name of God. It's a very good film, by the way. If you watch this video that my video is attached to, called 911 Jews slapping 5's in a van, blah, 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 it makes it look like there are some Jews that are admitting on a talk show that they in fact knew about 9/11 and were taking pictures of it. Well, in fact, they just happen to have been there, and they just happen to have been Jewish citizens, and they happen to have been Jewish citizens that whose visas had run out. So they were in this peculiar position to have, number one, been like everyone else taking videotape of the 911. Okay. And then shortly afterwards getting arrested because of issues of their green cards running out. So they go on to this talk show to explain that. So what do these assholes who made this video, these scumbags who made this video do? They took this documentary, which is against anti-Semitism, they edited it up to make it look like these people are admitting and stating publicly that they worked for Mossad and stating publicly that they knew 9/11 was going to occur, and it makes it look like they've got evidence for a 9/11 plot when in fact they don't. Now, I can understand people who believe in conspiracy theories because I'm a psychologist and I understand the need for some people to have a boogeyman the need for some people to have a cause to fight, to have an evil that they have to go out and try to get rid of. It's a very, very attractive thing to think, well, if we could just stop these bad people, people that we can see, we know exactly who they are, we know exactly where they are, we fight them, we either kill them or we defeat them, and then everything's wonderful in the world. Well, that gives many people who have meaningless lives, it gives them something to do. People who believe in stuff like that, it really irks me. I know it's very evil, it's very bad, they can cause a lot of damage, but I understand it at least. But the people who made this video, the people who made 911 Jews slapping 5's, and who use this video to say something that is the exact opposite of what is in this video, are purposefully telling lies, and they're purposefully misusing data, and that's something that I have to respond to by saying, okay, people, you guys, you can make a video if you want, and if you attach it to this video, I will not delete it, right? On YouTube, on the air, I'm going to say something. You are scumbags. You are liars and you are scumbags. Anybody who wants to can get this film. It's called The Protocols of Zion. You can watch it. I think you can even see it on the channels on cable. Just put in Protocols of Zion in your TiVo and you can find it. You can get this at any Blockbuster. You can get it off of Netflix. You can watch it and then watch this video, and you will get the best example of how to do propaganda that you could ever do in your life. You can see how people can manipulate data and make not only something look like something it's not, but they can make something look like the exact opposite of what it's not. Don't be fooled, people. Don't be duped. Don't let scumbag liars trick you. If you're going to believe that 9/11 is some kind of Jewish plot, you're going to have to look for your evidence elsewhere. But if you're a skeptic, you're not going to find the evidence, believe me. There are lots of boogeymen in the world. You don't need to have to go after Jews. There are people like Republicans and corporations and a lot of people who are actually really doing terrible things in the world. You don't need to have to go after Jews that make up a small percentage of the population and probably are more of a harm to themselves than they are to anyone else, like we all are, right? This is Skeptic Sage, signing off and telling everybody that, as I always do, that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, especially bullshit like this. And as usual, if I can get on the screen here, peace.